and was like, "You've got to be kidding me," to the umpire,
Yeah.
and immediately ejects him.
Yep.
Ejects him from the game. How come you can disagree with what they do, and they get removed, and they'll get fined, and they'll get suspended, or they get affected for the rest of the game and don't get to participate anymore because they didn't agree with something you did?
I just think it's funny that this is the second time we've done this banter, and I feel like we're broken records, but like it needs to be talked about. You know what I mean?
It's something that you know what, because and that's another problem, is this issue in the media. ESPN is not talking about the referees. CBS Sports is not talking about the referees. Nobody is discussing how poor this is except smaller markets.
What is up, guys? It's your boy Smalls back again on Fault, the weekly show that takes a look back at some of the best and worst jerseys in sports. With me, as always, is my main man, Mr. Benny Buckets. Buckets, how you doing, bro?
Listen, man, I am elated. Okay, the weather is good outside. We're back here doing another edition of the Vault. Buccos beat the hell out of the Rockies, and
Sweet.
Steelers made another free agency move. So, the draft's in 8 days, and dude. I mean, things are good in the sports world right now. We're cooking up some things. We got something big coming next week. The Vault boys are thriving, and things are just really good right now, dude. What about you?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Went to and we'll get into it, but I went to the Hounds game this weekend. That was
Let's go.
It was a good ass time. Yeah, there was we kind of got shit on with the weather for the first half, but I mean, what else do you? Hey, we were out there enjoying it. We were, even when it started raining, we were in that front row. Also, by the way, I was there, and remember the lady that we interviewed that told us that we have to swear?
Yes, she was there. She
was there.
Right?
She was standing literally right next to me. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say anything?
I did.
Did you say anything to her? Were you like, hey, I don't know if you remember this?
Yeah, well, it sounded like that we were not the only people that she's done that with. So, like,
okay.
She was almost like, oh, yeah, probably. So it sounds like she, like, has done it multiple times before. So, I mean, with that, she's got the fucking energy, dude. So I'm not shocked by that at all.
Dude, she was a lightning rod.
Oh yeah. But yeah, that was fun, dude. Next week, we got the bachelor party coming up. Because your boy is getting married. I'm sure I've said that before. And going to KC for the draft, which should be an electric time. Dude. Yeah, I'm pumped. We got a rough schedule going. Going to the draft probably 2 nights, the first 2 nights, and then got a whole bunch of other stuff planned, like going to an outdoor cigar lounge. It looks basically just like a giant bar that they happen to have cigars at.
Hey, if you're sober enough, you got to record yourself during the Steelers' first round pick.
Oh, 100%, dude. 100%.
Yeah, if you were of sound mind, gotta get that, man, during the Steelers' first pick. Have to.
Oh,
that's just a nice little snippet trailer. Because that's not that I'm always thinking about content. I'm very happy you're getting married.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a cool moment to have.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I've never been to the draft, so like, it's gonna be cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's gonna be cool regardless. But yeah, and I like, I was I wanted to like, so I was talking to Deke a little bit about it, and I didn't say it, but like I'm just gonna say it now. If it wasn't my bachelor party, I would be making some sort of content out of it. But I'm just like, I'm completely unplugging. That might be the only thing that I like get my phone out for and probably post.
Which is fair, and you're not, and that's maybe selfish of me. You shouldn't be worrying about content at your bachelor party.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just thinking, that's something that If you do, sick.
Yep.
If not, that's such a cool experience to
Mm-hmm.
have. So, especially because I don't care what anybody says, nobody actually knows who the Steelers are taking at 17.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there's a lot of picks that should be around at that time that make sense. So like it's not like oh, Pittsburgh's locked in on so and so. Like there's a lot of potential choices for the Steelers to go with there.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens, man. But I think, and that's like part of it is the mystery of it is like dope because it was like 2 years ago when we got Naj, everybody kind of knew, whereas like this year nobody knows. So
Yeah.
I think that'll be a really cool experience to have, man. I'm pumped for you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I'm not gonna throw shade at you, but you were invited.
I
You
know,
cannot attend.
I
But
know, and
but
I'm sorry.
it's
All right,
okay.
because I want to go so bad.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah. Listen, you don't have to explain. You don't have to explain.
yeah.
But I had to throw shade a little bit because like people might be asking questions if they see me there and
No,
not
no, no,
you.
no. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
I
know.
was invited to
Mm-hmm.
everybody viewing this who might have a problem with Smalls. I promise you, I was invited just for several reasons I'm not able to attend. But
Mm-hmm.
uh, which honestly, like, really fucking sucks. But
Mm-hmm.
uh, I'm excited for you, so I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
live semi-vicariously through you because I can't physically be there.
Thank you. Yeah, but yeah, we got the Scar Lounge doing a distillery tour. Got a ton of bars lined up. Kansas City, low key, might be, from everything I'm gathering and hearing from like people I'm talking to, Kansas City might be low key like a sick place to go. I don't know about live. I don't know if I would want to live there necessarily, but as like it seems like it could be kind of like a hidden gem for like a boys' weekend, you know? Like
Yeah,
everything I'm hearing sounds like it, especially with the draft there. You know, you can't really.
and so I stayed in Kansas City or no, sorry, I passed through Kansas City and I stayed in St. Louis. So I was just in Kansas City for like an hour because I got out, I got something to eat down there because Kansas barbecue, Kansas City barbecue is a
Yep, on the
big thing
list.
down there. So
Yep.
had to try it, obviously. But I wasn't like spending a ton of time down there. So you got to report back
Hmm.
with if Kansas City's a bop or not for a
Oh yeah.
boys trip.
Oh
So
yeah. No, I'm pretty pumped, dude. Yeah, we got a house ready to go, locked and loaded. Flights are booked. Yeah, it'll be a good time. I got a late flight back on Sunday, so I could kind of give myself a little bit of time to recover before work. Cause dude, I hate flights when you're hungover. Hungover flights, I think, might be my least favorite thing ever.
dude, it's so because you got nowhere to go,
Yeah.
and you can't do anything to make yourself feel any more comfortable. You're always stuffed, and oh, dude, hungover flights are the worst. Drunk flights are fun. They can be, but well, depending on who you're with. If you're by yourself, you look like a
Yeah,
moron.
I know.
Uh,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
but they can be fun. But hungover flights, there is not one person who can say they felt better being on a flight the day they were hungover.
No, yeah, absolutely not. But it'll be a rough Monday morning, but whatever. It is what it is. Um,
It's worth it.
it's worth it. NBA playoffs. You're did the Heat play last night?
No, they
Or
play tonight, but we played
I
two
know.
nights
So
ago, three
y'all are
nights
still
ago.
1-0 up right now.
Yeah, we're up
Okay.
on the Bucks now. I'm
Yeah.
not going to completely give us all the credit. Giannis did get hurt, but that's still a pretty damn good team
Yeah.
nonetheless. And us being the 8 seed to go up 1-0, and I'll be watching the game tonight. Obviously, I'm
Mm-hmm.
super pumped. Sucks for us because we also lost Tyler Hero for the rest of the year. He broke his hand, so that's not awesome
Yeah.
because that's probably our most accurate shooter, and having him out against a team that plays pretty good interior defense outside of Drew Holiday,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, is a dog at the perimeter. But that just sucks having one of our better options that can shoot the ball out, especially for the rest of the year. Like, it's not like, oh, he sprained his thumb. Like, his hand's broke.
Yep.
But you know what? I still give that dog credit because he broke his hand and still they
Oh yeah.
passed him the rock before they knew, and he still shot a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it looked like he airballed it. From the angle, it looked like he made it, but I think he actually airballed it. But still, to even attempt a three-pointer
Mm-hmm.
after your hand was broken with said hand,
Yep.
kind of a dog.
Dog.
So Tyler Hero, I got your championship gold jersey that we flexed on the show before. So shout out to my guy. But get healthy, I guess. But hoping that even without him, the Heat keep it rolling. Jimmy stays in his groove. Bam stays in his groove. And now Bam has an easier assignment because he's not going to have to guard Giannis. So hopefully, we're able to start picking things up. And hey, if we upset the 1 seed, Giannis or no Giannis, that's better than anybody, including myself as a fan, expected. So,
Yeah.
and your Celtics are just ripping apart the Hawks right now because, actually Derek and the guys, they just did a poll how Derek thinks that Trae Young is actually hurting the Hawks. And then the NBA did a poll, and he had 38% of the vote, which was the most in the NBA, is voted by other players as the most overrated player in the NBA. So, and if you think about it, they have him. I guess like Capella and John Collins are there, but let's be honest, when you're comparing them to Boston, it's not even close. So if you guys stay healthy, and especially if Giannis is out, that potentially opens a door for you guys as well. So
and so we beat the Bucks last year. Now, granted, it was a close series. It was the best. I think really. What did Heat Celtics go 7 last year?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I because I think Celtics Bucks also went 7 if I remember.
I think so too.
So but I mean it was a super close series with the Bucks last year. I just feel like if we get and we're also playing a different style of basketball this year. Last year I don't want to say we lived and died by the 3 because that's not it, but we were much more of a shooting team. Whereas like especially last night, all the points in the paint it was like unreal. We were just beating the fuck out of the Hawks down low, and like it's kind of hard not to when Rob Williams is healthy. Like that dude. Thank God that Rob Williams is on my team and not someone else's team. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, he's a menace, dude. And that's the thing is he's not the most skilled player in the world, but in his niche, he's a tough mofo in the paint.
He's low key athletic, dude.
It is like where the skill lacks, his athleticism makes up for. He's a beast. And it's hard. And you got guys, like I mentioned, like Clint Capella and John Collins, who can't contain him. So why not? I mean, feed the hot hand. You know what I mean? And he's been hot for you guys. And you still have the skill to lean back on with Tatum, Brown, and Smart. And, like, you have those skill
Derek
guys.
White was getting MVP chance last night.
And Derek White had a coming out party last year too, as being a pretty damn good player. So in the playoffs, that's like where he comes alive, I guess. But I mean, you guys are sitting pretty good right now.
Yeah, him and it's also just super lucky that we have Brogdon too this year. I mean, NBA six.
I think
man
he's
of the
one
year,
of the most. I think he's one of the most underrated role players in the league. He was for Milwaukee, and they were expecting to build something when he went to Indiana, and it just never really came to fruition. But now he's with an actual contender, and I feel like he's being appreciated more now. That Suns Clips series with KD and Russ and Kawhi and Chris Paul, Booker, like them just and Paul George, like those guys going back and forth in a split series right now has been super entertaining to watch. The Kings are rolling, my guy, up 2-0 on the Dubs.
Let's go, baby. I love it.
You know, the spirits of Jason Williams, Mike Bibby minus the allegations, Chris Webber, and Peja Stojakovic, like dude, Sacramento is alive. And I don't know if you saw that crowd there, dude. They are going nuts over there. And that makes me so happy for the city. But overall, I mean, we don't have time to touch on like every team, but all in all, dude, NBA playoffs are electric. NHL playoffs are in full swing right now. The Kraken had a big upset over my second place Avs. Obviously, Pens are first. I know some people in this company have said something about not liking you having more than one team, but I feel like having a backup team is fair.
Yeah. As long as you don't pretend that they're your number one team. You know what I mean?
You can't bandwagon hop, but if you're like, hey, they are behind this team, you know, and that's especially if there's a hometown team and then you have a backup team. But the Avs are my second team. Pens are always first. But Avs got upset by the Kraken with their first ever playoff win in franchise history. So props to them. The Bruins are dogging right now. Edmonton is showing that it doesn't matter how good one player is. if you're not a good team, you're kind of fucked
Yeah.
because they've got McJesus, but they just lost to the Kings in the first game. So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm not too convinced that McDavid's going to be like Gretzky and be able to put a whole team on his back, but we'll see what happens. Either way, those two playoffs are in full swing. We're getting close to the draft. Baseball's in full swing, and the Pirates are actually doing pretty good right
I
now.
mean, yeah.
So
Don't
they
look
just
now.
won today. They just won today, what, like 15-1 or something? I mean, they dogged the shit out of the Rockies. So things are looking good in the sports world, and like you said, soccer. The USL just came back, and you were able to get to go to the Hounds game, and
Yep.
now we're in full swing for that too. So
Yeah.
it's a good time to be alive in the sports world.
Good time to be alive in the sports world for sure. Premier League is kind of getting down to the nitty gritty right now too. Arsenal.
Don't talk to me about Chelsea. We already
No,
know.
no, I'm not. I'm not a big Chelsea fan. I don't like rubbing. I don't like if you're a fan of an EPL team. I don't like rubbing your nose in your team struggling unless it's somehow Manchester City. That's the only one that I
That's
will.
fair.
Yeah, but like everyone else, like I mean, I'm an Everton fan, so like I will never talk shit to anyone. Like I'm not gonna talk shit on, even though like Liverpool I should hate. It's just a down year, you know. I'm
Yeah.
excited to see if Arsenal can pull it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's I don't like. Okay, so where you are with City is where I am with United.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really don't dislike any team except United. So
Mm-hmm.
Derek, but like I have obviously no room to talk because we just got eliminated from the Champions League, and which makes me sad because we just appointed Lampard, and obviously I love that dude. Made my childhood good for the only team outside of the U.S. national team that I actually follow.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like people are saying that we should sack him, like give him some time,
Yeah.
okay? But EPL is picking up again, and even though we're not really a part of it. It's I just like that it's that realistically, if we're going to be honest, and some people, especially our international audience, might have something to say about it. But the EPL is probably the most popular pro soccer league, if
Mm-hmm.
I had to guess. So
No question.
that being in full swing and getting more and more competitive as time goes on is obviously just good for the sport as a whole. So
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, a lot of good stuff happening in sports. Benny, are you ready to jump into it?
yes, sir.
All right. So I'm going to do the ad read this week, and it's for good reason. So, this week's topic, as always, is brought to you by the boy Will Marshall over at Marshall Fitness. Will knows what he's doing. I'm going to just say all the stuff I normally do. It's an online training resource that really takes a wholesale look at everything personal fitness, personal nutrition, overall lifestyle, just making sure you have everything you need, whether it's, like I said, nutrition, workouts. It's all based on what you can do around your schedule. Your boy, I think I mentioned last week that right after the show, I was about to reach out to Will. I am now officially, once again, on the Marshall Fitness plan. So I'm officially a client, and I'm full bore in as a client. Unlike last time, I just did more like the lower level option, which was great. It was just basically him giving a few pieces of nutrition advice and laying out a workout program for me. This time around, I'm all in, and I'm telling you, dude, I have been super impressed, and I'm sure anyone that has done it can tell you how top to bottom it really is. But I'm super happy with how it's going so far. He has his own app that you can log meals, log workouts. He has a cookbook. He has his own PDF cookbook in the app, which like I've already taken a few things out of. He makes it so easy. I weighed myself this morning at the gym. I think I'm already down 4 pounds, and that I've been
Let's go.
in here for like a week. So Will knows what he's doing, and it's really just small things that he just kind of lets you know and leads you so you can make the easy changes. It's super easy, super helpful. Please go check out Marshall Fitness on Facebook and Instagram. The best time to start is now. Benny, this week's topic brought to you by Marshall Fitness. USL kits. So we already kind of alluded to it. USL is back in full swing. I feel like lower level soccer or football, as some of the internationals out there might try to correct us. Yeah, we're Americans. We're gonna say soccer. Sorry. Um, Lower level soccer is just like an untapped resource, in my opinion.
I agree.
And the USL is kind of niche because like MLS is kind of on its own as far as like the professional soccer landscape. USL is even a step below that, so they don't even really get that much exposure. There's a lot of cool looks out there, and I think we're gonna touch on some pretty cool stuff today.
And even still, I feel like we're just at the surface.
Yep.
Like there's still so much that's untapped in this category. Like pretty much everything we do. Like we've done some really awesome topics that just for time and for the structure of the show, we're only able to cover so much.
Mm-hmm.
And today is definitely another example of that because USL has some slappers, but I think we've got some good ones in there today.
Yeah, no, definitely excited to get into this. Like I said, lower level soccer's cool, not just because of the looks that we're gonna go over, but there's something about like second division soccer that's just kind of scrappy, and like the fans are super passionate, especially here in Pittsburgh. All we have really is the Hounds. You know, I was gonna grow up being a Columbus Crew fan because that's probably the closest MLS team we have. I just wasn't gonna be a Columbus Crew fan. We have the Hounds, and if you go to a Hounds game, dude, you can feel the atmosphere there. That place can rock.
It's awesome. I'm telling you, I've had people who aren't even soccer fans go to Hounds games and tell me that they had a wonderful time just
Mm-hmm.
because like there's something about being there, dude. At Highmark, and Highmark's a tiny stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that there's going to be 20,000 people there, but it still gets packed. And that view being right on the river with soccer being played, especially when the sun's coming down. I mean, it's a beautiful place to be. It's an electric place to be. And that from what I understand from friends of mine who've been to other USL stadiums and stuff like that, it's like that everywhere. Like
Mm-hmm.
that lower level soccer, the pride and the loyalty to those teams
Mm-hmm.
is massive. So
Mm-hmm.
being in that atmosphere is awesome, and being able to have a slice of that here in Pittsburgh is even better. We've obviously had multiple experiences with the Steel Army and being at Highmark, because we got the championship and stuff, and then also obviously just being there for the Riverhounds. But it's cool, man. It's cool being there. It's a cool atmosphere. It's a cool league.
Mm-hmm.
It's just awesome seeing what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, the only other thing I'll add before we really get into it, I think USL and MLS, just US soccer in general, we could probably benefit from a whole promotion relegation system because imagine if the Hounds somehow moved up. Imagine how crazy that fan base would get. That'd be
And it's
crazy.
worked for other leagues. And if anything,
Yeah.
what is happening with that is you are expanding your market. Like
Mm-hmm.
why not do that? So to me, that's something that I think all fans obviously, but people in positions of power should start pushing a little bit
Mm-hmm.
because A, I think it would work out very well, and B, you're going to get more involvement from the cities just even if they don't get in for people to want to see if their
The
teams are
stakes
going
are
to be able to
higher,
make
dude.
that jump, and then you're going to get a better product out of the players because they're fighting to get to that next level.
Yep.
So I think altogether it's the smart move, but we'll
Yep.
see what happens,
We'll
man.
see,
Maybe
dude.
we're just too ahead of the curve.
Mate, I don't know, dude. Well, I mean, you can see. I don't know if you've been following this whole Wrexham story. Seen the show,
Yes,
dude.
I'm in love with it.
Electric, dude.
Yes.
Electric. Well, and there's just something cool about it, dude. It's a great story because there's so much at stake, and
Hmm.
the fans are just ape shit about it. They just go ape shit. It like brings a town out of fucking depression. So like, I think if the USL, if they were smart, and MLS and all that, if they were smart, they would adopt it. I know there's probably a lot of pushback out there. I don't get why you wouldn't want to do it outside of it. It might be a little hard to implement up front. But I think in the long term, it's gonna for U.S. soccer, it would make it explode. I can guarantee it. I just
Yes.
guarantee it.
Absolutely.
All right, Benny, we'll get rolling. What do you got for pick number one? I don't know. I love this. I don't know where these guys are, but tell me more, please.
So these are the Swope Park Rangers. This is the USL affiliate of Sporting KC, which used to be the Kansas City Wizards. And I
The
kind of
Wiz.
wish that they kept it like that because pretty cool. I mean, weird, but like I just love it because it's out there. Speaking of out there, are these. Okay, so if you just look, obviously, face value, you've clearly got this is back to back weeks where we
I
have a
was gonna
Squatch
say,
reference.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so we have back to back Squatch references where you have Sasquatch coming across, and it doesn't say Swope Park, it doesn't say Rangers, it says Believe, which is just hilarious. If that isn't from some like Dare commercial type thing, but geared towards Squatch trackers, then I don't know what else is. But the fact that the jersey is set to be like the sky, the color and the way that they do the gradient is beautiful. But then with that texture at the bottom, with like the grass and the bushes and stuff, with the Sasquatch walking in front of the moon set behind him, with the word "believe" across the chest, is hilarious. Even if there wasn't a Sasquatch on it, I would actually like the color scheme. I kind of like the whole space galaxy feel in the sky, and then bringing it down into nature with the moon and the grass. But Sasquatch walking across there, and then you look on the back of the jersey, and underneath the numbers, there are Sasquatch footprints leading ahead into the wilderness landscape. That is hilarious. That is awesome. I love that they were that bold to do it. And Gone Squatching 2.0, back to back weeks, we got Squatch references in this show. And that's how we're not only a full circle show within one episode, we're a full circle show 2 weeks running, baby. That's how we do it here. Gone Squatching.
Gone squatching. So dude, all right, hear me out. I think this might be a sign that we should actually write that book. Now it's going to be a parody book for sure. It won't be serious whatsoever. I might take a crack at writing this book, dude.
Yeah, and it's gonna be super professional. We'll have it where it'll say like author Ryan Canner with Ben Fiore,
Yeah,
and then we'll have accredited sources in there.
yeah.
We're gonna make this legit. And honestly, how a Sasquatch is tied into more sports than you would ever even think, because there's also undertones for the Colorado Avalanche that are in there as well. And that's a completely different sport from what we covered before. We've got basketball, we've got soccer, we've got hockey, and I'm sure there's something lingering in football. We are writing a book about how Sasquatch is tied into all this sports stuff and how he also may be in a drug cartel.
Yeah, who know? Like I said, I think this is a sign, dude. Like we gotta do it. I think at this point we have to do it. I'm not gonna. I don't know when we're gonna do it, but we're gonna do it. It might be 20 pages long. It might be more of an essay, but like whatever. We'll figure it out.
Hell, we can make it a picture book for adults.
Yeah.
Either way, I also want to say something to anybody who would potentially say that we aren't versatile or we are a show in a pigeonhole just about uniforms. We are covering Sasquatch across all sports. To me, that's as diverse as you can get.
What more do you want?
I have. So I've really been trying to keep it together this whole time, but honestly, though, we are a multicultural, diverse show. We're hitting on a lot of different fronts here.
Multifaceted, okay? For sure, dude. Well, yeah, dude. Like you said, there are references to the Sasquatch across all sports. It's almost like I feel like we're on a fucking national treasure journey right now, holding up a dollar bill, seeing the Illuminati sign. Like I think we're on to something here. And the fact that it keeps popping up.
That's who we need.
Nick Cage?
That's who we need. We need Nick Cage.
Yeah.
Yep. We need Nicolas Cage to figure out what is going on with Sasquatch in all sports. Done.
Easy. Back to the jersey though. First of all, the fact that the fact that they just straight up it's just Queens Park Rangers, but they just put what I'm assuming is like some area in Missouri or Kansas. Just
right.
Yeah, they just took it. And there's what tie is there between the Swope Park Rangers, and Sasquatch? I have no idea. I doubt there
These
is
are
any.
the questions we should be asking. These find out in our book.
Stay tuned, dude. Stay tuned. Dude, there might be enough here to make 2 clips out of this. I'm not even kidding. We might just our page might just turn
The
into
whole
like a
clip
sass.
this week.
Yeah, dude.
We're this show actually when we're done with the vault this season, we are turning into a strictly Squatch
Yeah.
tracking show.
Squatch through
That's what we're
sports, dude.
doing.
Squatching
Yes.
sports, dude. But the fact that they just put believe, no sponsor or anything, just believe,
Nope.
like like nothing, dude. It's so outrageous that like first of all I love it because it's Sasquatch. Second of all, I just love it because you would think that they put believe on there and they're making like a Ted Lasso reference or something. No,
Right.
we're talking
They
Squatch,
mean
dude.
believe in Sasquatch here in Swope Park.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
yeah, dude. But I mean I found these because obviously I wasn't necessarily looking for them, but I found them.
No one ever
And
finds a Squatch because they're looking for it, dude.
bingo. I had to put them on here, and especially because of the transition we had last week.
Yeah.
There's no way this wasn't getting brought up today. So
Yeah.
I had to start strong. And what stronger of a start is there than a Sasquatch?
Absolutely. My only question, and so I love these because they're so out there. I think U.S. soccer needs more of this. Not to bring legitimacy to U.S. soccer. That's not what this is doing. But to bring attention and to bring in fans.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
And I'll tell you what. I'm going to see if these are for sale.
Yeah.
Because
And if they
your
are,
boy
dude, let me
might just
know.
have to get one. Yeah.
Let me
Oh
know.
my God. Let's be. You know what? We'll talk about it separately, but we should definitely cop these. I have an idea.
Okay. All right. Dope. Only question I have: what brand are these? Because these look like something that an adult, like an over 30 adult men's league team would design.
Dude, I don't know. I didn't see that.
I think
whenever
it
I was
might be.
looking them
It
up
kind of
before.
looks like the Democratic Republic of North Korea. That's what that flag looks like, dude. That's what the logo looks like. I don't know.
Korea knows something about Sasquatch that we don't.
That's why they're so secretive, dude. They're not trying to hide anything else. They're just trying to hide the Squatch, dude.
Oh my God! The government is coming for us.
Dude,
We are unraveling secrets.
we shouldn't do. We opened Pandora's box. It's too late now.
Yeah, dude, with a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
This is off the rails at this point.
Yeah, dude. Anyway,
Ooh.
I love these because I mean, what other team has this? This is one. I mean,
Nobody.
These are one of a kind. No
Yes,
question.
one of one.
A great one to start with, no question. All right. Let's get to my first pick. So, these are not my pick, but I want to show how far this club has come.
That's why I love it.
Yeah. So these are the Tampa Bay Rowdies. It's their kit from back in the 70s. They were an NASL team. And they had some ups and downs. You know, they kind of went away for a few years. They're now back full swing in the USL. These kits were pretty rough back in the day. If I'm not, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. These are pretty rough, especially those sleeves, dude. However,
this is a disco era jersey.
Oh yeah, no question, dude. No question. The Bee Gees wore these for sure, dude. But they've come a long way because this is what they look like now. All right. Like I said, Tampa Bay Rowdies, they've been around for a long time. It's like kind of an icon in the history of U.S. soccer, as weird as that kind of sounds to say out loud. But the Tampa Bay Rowdies have been around for probably the longest, outside of maybe a few other clubs. I love these just because of the place that it kind of has in the history of U.S. soccer. The crest is still the same. They still have that same font, Rowdies, real big, right? I don't know what it is about Puma. Puma might make my favorite kits. I'm not even kidding. They always seem to just hit it. And I don't think that always used to be the case, but nowadays they do a really, really good job. I'm a sucker for hoops. Not even just vertical stripes. Hoops, I think, look really, really good on a kit. And there's also just something funny about a Florida-based team, second division, having their sponsor be a casino. I think that's hilarious. That's so, like, English League 2, you know what I mean? That's so down there. Just having a random betting company on your jersey. That's essentially what you have here with the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Seminole, Tampa. These are hilarious. I think, not even just hilarious, I think they just look good. The green and yellow really make it pop, especially with the hoops. I think they've come a long way, and they knocked this one out of the park for sure.
Dude, I definitely agree. And first of all, how sick of a name is the Rowdies?
Yeah, dude.
That's an awesome name, and especially being in a town like Tampa Bay is perfect. And that the Hard Rock sponsor, dude, is just the cherry on top. That is awesome. But hey, and do not get it twisted. Puma slaps.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, Puma has been making good kits for a while, I think, and they kind of get slept on, and I don't even really know why. I get that they're not a Nike or an Adidas when it comes to shoes or typical apparel, but when it comes to soccer, they've kind of been killing the game, especially recently. So I like these, and obviously, I mean, we see this colorway with Jamaica and with Brazil for national teams, and we all love those. Getting to see that here, especially just with the pattern of the jersey, is just super clean. And they have come a long way, but still kept their roots with the logo being essentially the same. I think this is a great one.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, hoops are, I feel like normally if teams are going stripes, they're going vertical. There's something about hoops going side to side that I love. I don't even know. I can't even explain why. Like, I love the Rangers. Or not Rangers, the Celtic kit in the Scottish Premier League. I think those are some of the best.
And we featured that on the show.
Yeah, and there's just something, which, by the way, Benny, I don't know if you've seen any derby games between Rangers and Celtic. Those games get fucking rowdy, dude. Like, you think an
I
EPL
have not,
game,
so I need to learn myself something.
dude. Those now it's not even like the best play style out there, but it is so rough and tumble and like passionate, and the fans go nuts, dude. Celtic Rangers games, I've watched I think at least 2 of them this year, just because I kind of fell into it, and every time I watch it, I'm like, this is crazy. Like, the passion behind it is like, it's unmatched. I don't know, it's probably somewhere in like South America between like 2 Brazilian clubs that might be something similar. But, like, there's just nothing quite like it. Anyway, that's kind of a side thing. The hoops, I'm all about. I'm all about the hoops.
Pro hoops.
Yeah, very pro hoop. All right, Benny, what do you got for number 2?
All right, so something that we have realized is that the Las Vegas Lights FC might be a team that we want to start paying attention to. And honestly, has nothing to do with their talent level or anything like that. It's that they put out products like these. To me, and without spoiling anything else, this is a beautiful kit. This being the black with all the different multicolored, like, to me, what I think of is like Smalls. The best way for me to illustrate what I think of like this, other than a light bright, is that if you see the camera still shots of someone like passing through a city, and you see how the lights are like blurred, that's what this kind of reminds me of, like going through a dense metropolitan area that still looks cool. And that's kind of what I feel like they've captured here, is someone just beaming through Vegas and trying to take a still shot. And this is the illustration that they got and put it on the jersey. I love that. I don't really even understand the Las Vegas Lights being like the name or whatever, but you know, you and I were talking about this earlier. I think it also, just being a soccer team in Las Vegas, makes it that much cooler as well. And I even like the way that like the sponsorship logo kind of plays into the colors. Like, it doesn't look that out of sorts on that jersey. And I think their crest is really cool, but I just really like that it's a dark, like it's like a charcoal, but it's not like a pitch black. And I think that helps not make the colors look so absurd. Like everything just seems really cohesive. I love the blue trim around the collar and the sleeves. All in all, dude, this is just one that is aesthetically pleasing to me. And I get that it's not everybody's cup of tea, but it's my Turner's cup of tea.
Well,
So there you have it.
there we go. I'm assuming Las Vegas Lights FC is because of the strip in Vegas.
Has to be, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it has to be. I haven't looked that up, but that's just what I'm assuming it is.
right.
But the logo's sick because it looks super Vegas, dude. I don't know.
Yes.
It looks like that's a sign that it's like
You
welcome
would
to
see.
Las Vegas. Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
like
for
I've seen
sure.
it. Yeah, and you kind of nailed it with like the still shot of like driving through a city, like driving through the strip. I guarantee when F1 goes to Vegas, I think it's this summer. When they go
I
to
think so
Vegas,
too, yeah.
there are gonna be a few pictures with that exactly what you're talking about. Cars speeding by with just the trails of lights going past it. I guarantee it. This is the it looks again like something that an adult league soccer team, like an over 30 team, would make on their own. You know what I mean? But in a good way. I'm not trashing it. In
Yeah,
a
yeah,
good
yeah.
way. Because the colors really make it pop. It's like kind of one of a kind. Again, I don't know who makes this. The logo looks like a bike. I have no idea, but like yeah, you see that little logo on the
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know where these USL teams are getting their kits
yeah.
from, but like
Right.
but no, I
Starter.
yeah. Dude, could you imagine a starter brand? Their warm-ups are just like starter jackets.
The jackets.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, that'd be kind of dope. I might start that
Boo
movement,
boo.
dude. Ooh,
Boo boo, maybe.
oh man.
Um,
Anyway, these are dope. Dude, even that like blue kind of trim, I think is just kind of
yeah,
a nice
dude, it's
touch.
so subtle, but it's
Yeah,
so clean, dude. I
yeah,
love that. Yeah.
I love that. No, these are sick, and it kind of leads us into my pick.
Good
So
segue.
yeah,
It's a
very
good
good
segue.
segue. Yeah, dude.
Boom.
Booyah. You thought we were done with LV Lights FC? Absolutely not, dude. We're giving you all Las Vegas today. So this is their kit, I think, from last year. Again, I don't know who makes these. There's an M in a square. I don't know what brand that is. I don't care. I love it. Again, the logo really pops out because of that blue and kind of neon color. It's a great looking crest. I don't know what else to say about it. I love these. I think this was their away kit. I love these because it's in the details, right? So I'm a nerd. If you guys didn't know, I'm in construction. That's what I do for a living. This is the topography map of the desert out in Vegas. That to me is cool as hell. Maybe that's just me being nerdy, but like they nailed all the contour lines because it's not just random lines on there. They literally took a map and just put a bunch of different colors on it, which I think it's so unique and like it kind of gives it a little flavor. You know what I mean? These are sick, and like I said, makes me think Vegas. I don't know what else to really say outside of it makes me think Vegas.
It's dude, they're clean, and anybody who knows, like, especially for me being in the military before and stuff, all I did for periods of time was look over topographical
Yeah.
maps, and they would make you, review stuff like that. But regardless of who you are, it's kind of a cool concept, and
Mm-hmm.
especially it being so area specific, like it's cool looking. And I think the fact that they did coordinate the colors to match the rest of the jersey with having those blues in there, like is there with the logo, and then the orange on the white, like those colors, because the lines are so thin, it being on that white jersey makes that pop so much more. And you're able to really get in there and see the detail. The crest is obviously still super clean. And for being a white jersey, you still get it is that it is a white kit, that it is solid white. And because of the topographical map look, it's not cluttered with color. It's just all those lines get to be an accent. And I
Mm-hmm.
think it's perfectly done. We love you, Vegas Lights, because they have perfectly executed their uniforms, in my opinion.
Dude, I think I have at least two jerseys, two picks from this show that I just kind of want. I
Yeah,
want two of these so far. These are sick. We were kind of talking before. We might just become Las Vegas Lights fans. Just
yeah.
because, dude.
Well,
Because
the Hands first, the
Hounds
Hands
first,
first.
of course,
But
of
our
course.
second team, because you're allowed to have those, could be the Las Vegas Lights FC.
Absolutely. All right, Benny. What do you got for your final pick?
Final pick, you knew it was coming. We're in Hindtown, baby. All I'm saying is you got to go downtown, grab an icy light, get down to Highmark, and you can't get a Chick-fil-A sandwich there anymore, but you can get some hot dogs and uh, go have fun watching the Hans.
What a pitch.
we're obviously we're obviously big Riverhounds fans, and especially like we've been to several games now, but especially after we made our video there last year, being kind of welcomed in by the Steel Army and getting to see a Hounds win and being a part of that atmosphere just makes you so much even more proud to be a part of the community. And even though it is still just a USL team, for us and for soccer fans, you love being able to see, even if it is a smaller community, a community around soccer, because obviously we are a town dominated by football, hockey, and baseball. But being able to see that there still is a large soccer community there is really cool. And I love that a few years back, the Hounds changed to being black and yellow or black and gold, just like the rest of our sports teams. They didn't used to be. Smalls is pitching that right now, actually. But they made the transition. And they had a couple different renditions of uniforms. This is what they're currently wearing right now. Smalls actually copped one of these in our video
Reviewed it.
at the last one. That was our first live jersey review and
Mm-hmm.
reveal from purchasing it somewhere, which was awesome. But these are cool. You got the hometown sponsor on the front. You've got the horizontal stripes with the black and yellow, and I like that they didn't push that on the sleeves. I kind of like that it's just on the torso. The shorts are clean. This is just a solid kit, and their new updated logo. I love the old like stretched out hound,
Mm-hmm.
but the new logo with like the crest, I actually have that. It's the only, well, it's a magnet, but it's the only thing I have on my car. I just think it's a clean look. I love the way that it looks. I love the paw print and the official crest. Makes it seem a little more professional
Legitimate,
to a
yeah.
point. And just I think that these are a good look, and even the back of the kits are awesome. I love the font that we have for the names and the numbers. Overall, like even if I wasn't from Pittsburgh, this would still probably be one of my favorite kits. I just think it looks good. It looks like a first team league jersey
Mm-hmm.
from somewhere else. Like it's cool enough, but still professional and simple enough to where they did it just right, in my opinion. So had to show love with a homer pick and give it up to the Hats.
Yeah, no, this is giving me Dortmund vibes. The
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
the black and yellow again, the hoops. Something about the hoops that just it looks good. And I think they've had it before. My only, and it's not a complaint. My only I wish that the hoops were a little thicker on this. And
Okay.
if they were just a little thicker, just a little, like if they reduced the number of stripes, I think it would look
Okay.
a little bit, again, not even like a complaint, because I still think it looks really good. um I think these would be perfect, and I'm sure that they've done that before. This is just what they're wearing now. Again, I have this. I literally have this jersey.
Right.
The
You are the proud owner of
yes,
this kit.
yeah. AHN, again, a very Yinzer sponsor to have. It's an overall, just it's a Yinzer look. It's like embracing the feel of the city with the black and gold. And yeah, the new crest, I forget when they came out with that, but like I remember seeing that for the first time. I'm like, wow, they nailed it.
Looks good, because even when we first went to the black and gold uniforms, we still had the old logo.
Mm-hmm.
So it took a couple of years before we got to the crest. And both I love. I really think that it gives us just such more of a official and cool, like professional look
Yeah.
that I just love. And it's I think, and I know this sounds crazy, but I think that the new updated looks and stuff have put more butts in seats,
Mm-hmm.
and has given people more of a reason to consider it a legitimate team, and
Yep.
it's grown not just because of that for several reasons, but I think it's obviously been a positive catalyst
Yep.
in what has built the community we have now around the Riverhounds.
Yeah. No, Pittsburgh. Like we obviously grew up in an era probably where Pittsburgh soccer definitely isn't. It wasn't what it is today, and I think the Riverhounds have. The Riverhounds have really been a big part of that. And I think between tweaking the look of the kits and like just that stadium, Highmark Stadium is. I mean, obviously, like we've coached there, we've been there a few times. It's just a cool place to watch a game because of the skyline.
It
It's
is.
right on the river. Like if they were to
Dude,
somehow,
it's such a nice view, dude. Like that's
yeah,
like what people don't like. Even if you're not a soccer fan, go there for an evening game just to see the view from being in the
mm-hmm.
stadium. Like
we
it is, it's so awesome,
we
dude.
and tickets are $6, so you might as well go have a few
Like,
beers.
come on,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And like we have a few connections there too, but like Will Marshall used to be director of goalkeeping there. He was on like if you've seen the video, we interviewed him on the field. So that's a direct connection right there. We played at least I played against Robbie Mertz growing up. Like that's another name that I recognize and I see him on the field all the time. I'm like, "Oh shit, I remember playing against that kid. He wiped the floor with me." So like
Yeah.
there's something really cool about
And
having a direct connection to the professional team here.
And shout out to Kiski grad Anders Bordoy, who
Yes.
is also a D1 commit to Memphis, but just got signed by the Riverhounds men's team coming up from the academy. And he's going to be traveling with the team, which is awesome for him. Recently saw a couple videos that they posted with an interview with him and then with him working out with the first team. So that's awesome. I mean, and even if you don't have those reasons, if you're just in the Pittsburgh area and you want to support something for your hometown, and especially if you're a soccer fan, I'm begging you, get to a Hounds game.
Mm, no question. All right. That was we had to get a Hounds pick in there. I kind of left.
Had to.
Yeah, I sent my picks first. I left. I knew that you were gonna pick it, so like I was
Yeah.
like, you know, yeah, you're. I feel like you have more homer picks than me, which is fine, and
For sure.
that's not like a hey do better, dude. It's more of a like you know what you like, you
No,
know.
it's a shameless plug
Yeah,
every time. I will throw in the homer pick.
100%. But yeah, these are fire. All right, wrapping it up.
Round us out, Bubby.
All right, so I'm going with something slightly different. I'm going with the Indy 11. So, this is just straight up. They're playing off the Indianapolis 500 and IndyCar racing, which is huge in the state of Indiana, right? The checkered flag look, I think, is not something that is done very often outside of like the Croatian national team. And I feel like if it is done, usually it's not done very well. I think they kind of hit this one out of the park. Again, this is a Puma look, which they nailed it again. The Honda sponsorship is perfect because again, it's just motorsport, which is just an homage to the city. Which we just touched on how the Hounds tied it back to the city. The Indy 11 did the same thing. I also think the Indy 11 is a great name for a club. You just don't really. I'm shocked that you don't see that in other leagues because I feel like there would definitely be something over in like England or Germany or something with a team being called the 11, but there isn't, and Indy 11 picked it up and they're running with it. The combo for the checkers between the navy and the powder blue, I think, is perfect. That kind of, I don't want to say clashing because that's not the right word, really being the opposite of the crest, I think it really makes the crest stick out a little more. And again, they didn't do the checkers across the whole thing. They made the sleeves navy blue, which I think is a great touch because otherwise I think it might be a little much. I think they nailed this one. And again, Puma just continues to put out bangers.
So, in rare fashion,
You
because
don't
this
agree?
almost never happens,
Mm.
I but it is not because of the reasons that you stated, because there are positives to this.
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you two precursor things that typically turn me off no matter what it is A, for the same reason that I don't dig the Titans uniforms, I don't like those two blues together.
Mm.
That's just a personal thing. I'm not even saying that I'm right in that
Fair enough.
regard. And I also typically hate anything checkerboard. So but those are two personal things that are just aesthetics, colors, and patterns. Has nothing to do with these as a whole. I think because we do see this in soccer, like you said, obviously with the Czech team, I think that this is a better approach to it, in my personal opinion. And I do like that they blocked off the sleeves in one color, and their crest is awesome. And I do support Puma in soccer. So those are my positives for it. It's just, and I'm not even saying that it's bad. It's just I don't love it,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense. But I still think it's good comparatively. I just am not wild about it.
Hey, you know what? That's fair. We're not gonna agree on everything. And again, you're not saying that these are. I feel like we've only disagreed a handful of times.
Yeah, like I'm not saying like, oh, these are dog shit. Like
Mm-hmm.
they're fine. I just don't like. I'm not crazy about them.
Yeah,
You know.
I think the only we've disagreed, I think, twice that I can remember. One of them being the TCU football uniforms with the Corella Deville looking thing around the neck.
Yes. Yeah.
She really wanted to kill them puppies. But um, and what was the other time? Oh, I think you had the Maryland football team on here at some point too. I hate the fact that
Oh yeah.
they
I
get
like
off
the
to their
flag.
flag, dude. They just get off to their flag, and it kind of bugs
Well,
me,
I feel
dude.
like if we had something that wasn't like one of the lamer flags in the United States, we maybe would too. But our flag is lame in PA,
Yeah,
so
but
it all
hey,
depends. But I like the pride behind it, and
mm-hmm,
and I do think it is kind of cool because it doesn't make any sense, but they've been rolling with it forever.
yeah.
So um, I don't know, man. But yeah, and like I said, I'm not even like super against these. I just don't love them.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Well, yeah, and again, yeah, you gave good reasons, and they're like it's just like
It's
it.
just my personal thing. Like it
Yeah.
has nothing to do with like specifically this or it being your pick. It's just,
Mm-hmm.
not something that like there's a reason it wasn't in my list.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's all.
Hey, dude. No, it's fine. It's fine. I kind of feel personally
Yeah,
attacked right now. You
so
know.
anybody expecting a fist fight, sorry.
Yeah, dude.
But
Not
yeah.
not gonna happen, dude. Not gonna happen. Maybe next time. Maybe next time you come over for an in person show, we're gonna rope it off and make a boxing ring up here. Just to duke it out
Yeah,
a little bit. You know.
or I could show up in a Target cutoff and a biking glove
No,
or a lifting glove, and we
dude.
could
Don't
play
get me going.
pickleball against each other.
Don't get me going, dude.
Full
Oh,
circle
ooh,
show. 2-3 episodes ago,
dude.
tying
Yeah,
it all together.
that's all we do. We've been hitting on all cylinders with the full circle stuff
I
lately,
swear to
dude.
God,
Just getting
yes.
better and better at this. All right.
And you just also described a 2D and 3D shape,
What?
circle and a cylinder.
Wow. Look at that. Look at that. I don't have anything more to
We're,
add to that.
we're
Yeah,
picking things
dude.
up.
We're cooking.
That's because Smalls is an engineer.
Yeah, that's right. All right. So I got one honorable mention. Before we 100% wrap it up.
And I love this too.
Yeah.
Definitely good choice.
I more so just love this because of the colors. This is the Colorado Springs switchbacks, which I think switchbacks. It's something to do with the train. I don't know. I just like the name
Sounds a little
switchbacks.
racist.
I didn't
Okay,
need to
I
take
thought
it there. I
we
didn't need to take
see,
it there.
and we literally went on two different train tracks because I thought you were going where I was going. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have said it. But I do really like the colors though, and
Yeah,
that's why I'm obsessed with it. And I do like. I think just because you don't see it as much, I kind of like the
it's
or
different.
the diagonal stripes.
Yeah. Now you don't really see this color teal very often either.
Mm.
Outside of like the Panthers and like like Coastal Carolina, my boys. These are
Chanticleers.
Chanticleers. That's right, the Chanticleers. But the switchbacks, it's also like kind of you can make it a stretch. It's a soccer term, swinging it around the back a little bit. I see the connection. It might be a little loose, but I like it. Might be a little bit of a stretch based on your reaction, but
No,
it's fine.
I just don't want to dig myself in a further hole.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So to wrap it up, we got another Squatch pick. I love it. Swope Park Rangers, not even trying to be different than the Queens Park Rangers. That's hilarious. Just you got to believe in the Squatch, dude. That's just too good.
Have to. I mean, dude, we're obviously making things happen. We're writing a book. We're getting Nicolas Cage involved.
Yeah,
we're
dude.
really doing the thing.
You could say that Nicolas Cage is loosely attached.
Yeah.
To this project.
Yes.
Technically. Very loosely attached, but you could say that. And you got Las Vegas Lights kit, which I love. And you got to get the Hands in there too, down in Highmark. Rowdies down in Tampa Bay, again, more of a legacy pick from back in the 70s, which is great. The topo map of Las Vegas for another Lights jersey,
yes.
which is great. And then the only one we differed on, but again, respectfully disagreed, which I appreciate.
A respectful disagreement, right? But still, all picks that deserve to be highlighted, in my opinion.
100%. I think we did a great job on it. There's definitely a lot more. There's probably a lot more to unpack here. But I mean, we only have so much time, which is fine. So, Benny, as always, I had a good time.
Me too, man.
Yeah. We got to get on that Squatch book. It's coming, dude. It's coming. I don't know what it's gonna look like, but
hold up. We are gonna start working on this. Okay, and at some point before the end of this season, we are going to display a rough draft, or at least highlights of a rough draft on the show.
Yeah, an outline at the very least.
Has a storyboard.
Yeah,
at the minimum of what we're doing here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't even know what that looks like. We haven't. I feel like we're gonna look very Pepe Silva over here with but it's coming.
We'll get there. We'll get there. We got Nick Cage involved.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, we're getting somewhere.
We're getting somewhere. Well, as always, guys, appreciate you guys tuning in. It's been the Vault, weekly show that takes a look back at some of the best and worst jerseys in sports. This week we did USL jerseys. We are next week I think we got a guest. I just got to work out a few details with them.
Yeah.
A repeat guest on the show, one of our favorites.
One of our favorites, and from what I've been able to tell, fan favorite as well. So
yeah,
looking forward to that.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, that's all I got. Benny, it's been a pleasure as always.
Peace, dog.
Peace.